Hello, everybody. My name's Chachi. That's Tom. Welcome back to No Humble Opinion. We're going to go over all of week, I believe, 10's football stuff from the previous week. We're going to start with the Ravens game. Packers are on a bye, so it's going to be a lot quicker today. And then we're just going to go over overall synopsis of the league. As always, Tom and both of us have children, so viewer discretion is advised. Okay. Tom, what did you think of the Ravens game? No defense, right? That's what I think from either team. That's pretty bad.
There's no defense and no defense. But remember, Cincinnati knows the Ravens. They're trying. Jamar Chase is
Really good.
unbelievable, right?
And why he's not paid is
I mean,
crazy.
yeah. Well, it's Cincinnati. That's why they're cheap.
Yeah.
And they're stupid. Dude, like the one thing I actually like, family and I we were having a long discussion about. I actually don't agree with Cincinnati going for two at the end of the game to win it.
Okay.
They've done it a lot this year, and they don't. They're like 1-5 in these close games. They don't do it. They never have a good play, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's complaining about all the penalties. Look, kick a field goal, continue your odds to hopefully make it to overtime. Justin Tucker ain't what he used to be, right?
I agree.
The Ravens actually got to drive it pretty deep. And there's a chance that he just might miss the field goal to win it in regulation.
Oh, I agree. He has not been.
I just take my chances in overtime. I didn't understand it.
Well, if you win all you got to worry about in overtime is winning the toss. If you win the toss, you win. I mean, just probably.
Well, and you know what? Like I told my family, I was like, look, I will always play the odds of something wacky happening in the NFL. Like, go play defense again. Play to live another down.
Look,
That's
and
I'm
not saying this to be. I
like
Rashard Bateman. I like Rashard Bateman, but I'm just saying this to be funny. Seriously, but his hands, he does drop some passes. How do you know, like, Lamar doesn't hit him in the hands and he pops it up in the air and it's like, oh, the Bengals are in business. Like, what happens? I've seen it. I'm just saying. Like Tom said, football. That's what I used to love about the old Raven team when they won, like in 2000, whatever it was, 12. The last time they won the Super Bowl. That's why they were hard to beat. They would always get like the goofy play. Remember against Denver, the Mile High Miracle. One of the plays everyone forgets is they got a pick six like early in the game because the ball got like tipped up in the air or something. It's wild.
Yep.
Shocky Brown, Raven legend. There's a jersey. Get that one.
Yeah, right. Raven legend. Goes from that to Shocky Brown. But seriously, but you like to my point. Like, you never know. What if someone tips a ball and my point is sometimes on the road you just got to play to live another down, right? And like talk about it. Like a lot of and that's where like I think this analytics and being aggressive, it just doesn't like take the analytics out of it and just like use common sense. Like
no, I agree. Yeah.
The Bengals have been trying to survive the end of that game, right? The fact you didn't take it to overtime, which you probably didn't even deserve to do anyways. And yeah, like sure, were you going to stop the Ravens? Probably not, but I don't know. I would try. Like, what if like something wacky happens and like somebody fumbles a ball or a pick? Like,
well, the Ravens always have trouble.
I've just seen crazier things. That's
the
all.
Ravens have trouble with that, like. They have fumbles sometimes when they're like running the motion with the receivers across. You never know. I'm just saying. I think Tom's right. Give it a shot, man. Like, you're playing with house money there. You're home. You're on the road. I mean, if you win, you win. If you don't, I mean, hey.
Well, yeah, and also like you got to keep your season alive. Like honestly, that might be the dagger. You just can't they're not they're staying afloat. Maybe they can do it, but I doubt it. Like the Bengals are kind of just cooked.
Well, I like what you said.
They started off really slow,
It's like you said. The way they're doing stuff doesn't make sense either. You're not paying your best players. You're making like animosity in the locker room between the organization and the player. Like Jamar Chase should be paid. That's crazy. Guy's amazing. Like, stop.
Dude, I would love it if Green Bay went and got a guy like that in the offseason. Because I'll tell you right now, hey, and we can get into all these other topics because the Packers are on a bye week, but seriously, I actually think Green Bay has a wide receiver problem. They have a really good slot receiver named Jaden Reed, but the rest of their wide receivers are very mid.
Okay.
And nobody's stepped up yet and actually taken and said, "Hey, I am the dude." Okay. Right? Mm-hmm. And dude, I think it's a problem. and they have the talent, but like, you know, at some point, I'm hoping that's what they did during the bye week. Is they're like, dude, somebody's got to step up, man. There's one guy that's like, and again, he's a slot guy. He's a really good weapon, but he's not like, when you think of number one wide receiver, right? Like, dude, this guy's going to get like 15, 20 targets. So I'm just, yeah, anyways, that's like, I would love a dude. Like, I think like Jordan Love and like that offense would flourish if they had like that dude.
Oh, yeah.
In my opinion.
Well,
they're just like, I feel like that's a missing ingredient, and that's why like there's just so much inconsistency sometimes, because it's like, dude, who's my guy I can trust? And I don't see it right now. Like, cause even like Romeo Dobbs, that guy, like the guy who like he was griping about I'm not getting targets, and in the game plan and stuff, and he's dropping balls.
Oh yeah, you
like,
can't do that.
It's like, come on, bro. Like, what are you supposed to do? Like, you better put up or shut up, man. That's all I can say.
Well, that's one thing. Like, I will give Rashad Bateman to. He really doesn't bitch. He just plays, and he's been making plays this year. I mean, he's dropped some passes, but everyone drops passes. I mean, I gave him crap for that last one, but it's like, it's just when you do it sometimes is bad. You got to make the clutch catches. Like, we're playing Pittsburgh this week, guys. Don't have another 8-drop game. That is the most deceptive game, by the way. The only reason I bring that up is I've never seen a football game affected that much by drops. Because I remember that game. Pittsburgh should have been down by like 25 points. They dropped every ball that was meaningful. Every catch that would have done something big. It was like 3rd and 10. 15 yards. Zay Flowers dropped one. Aguilar was gone. And then Bateman. And I'm like, oh my God, this team right now. That was so funny.
Well, dude, I mean, that's one of the things that killed the Packers during the Lions game. You can't drop balls.
No.
The Lions didn't drop balls. You can't drop 6 of them, and like the Packers are like 2nd in the league in drops.
Yeah, you can't.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm telling you, Green Bay has a wide receiver problem. Like, I don't know, and the only thing I can say is with the young guys is like, dude, somebody's got to step up. There's guys that are in year 3 now. You know, like Christian Watson. Like, I don't know what to make of him. Like, he's a freak talent. He's really good. Like, dude, he misjudged a deep ball. If you just keep running, catch the ball.
I remember that play. Oh my God, it was terrible.
Doing.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
It's just so frustrating because he's that good. He really is. He can be. Like, you saw with Aaron Rodgers, like, oh man, this guy could like be like a really good deep threat in the NFL. You know, and he had like 800-900 yards, and he was. But then he's just like. Lately, I don't know what to make of him. And I'm hoping they figure something out and can get him rolling. Because, like, dude, if they could stretch the field more than what they do, my goodness.
I think the Ravens should also use Wallace a little more. I think he's very good after the catch. Like, get him the ball. He's a tough runner. He's a return man. He knows how to run with the ball in his hands. It's not a bad guy to have. Now, to be fair on that play, I don't know what the hell the Bengals players were doing. They were like, oh, he's going to push him out of bounds. Oh God, we got to get over there. They both just went. I'm like, what the?
That was hilarious.
I was like, what?
It's
just
the same thing I said. I was like, okay.
I liked the play too. I got what the Ravens were doing. They were like, oh, easy completion, 1st down, 30 out, and they didn't even think that was going to score. Lamar was like, oh, you're going to give me 10 yards? I'll take it. And then they were like, okay, 15, okay, 20, okay, 30. Oh my God. Oh my God, he's just running. And by the way, I ain't even an MVP guy. I don't care. I'm sure Lamar doesn't care, but he is the MVP right now. I don't care what anyone says. Stats are stupid. I'm like, Eddie's playing really well. If he didn't play this well, we'd be like, what, 4-6, something like that. There's a couple games. There's like 3 or 4 games.
Man, think if you had Joe Flacco back there, like 2014 Flacco.
Yeah. Right.
And that ain't even like that Flacco's actually not a bad Flacco.
No.
Like, you guys would just be middle of the pack.
No, this defense has just been that bad. They have been. Every time even though Marlon Humphrey has played really well, that's the one guy that he has been really, and the line's not bad. The D line, they don't give up any. That's the problem. But no, they have the number 1 run defense. They are good against the run, but it's also the other teams are like, well, why would we run ourselves into like a brick wall when we could throw on them when they're giving us like.
Yeah, exactly. That was like the Packers in 2013 or 14. They they had this really good run defense, but they were like 25th in a pass game. It's like, yeah, nobody runs the ball on us because why would you bother?
The Bengals
Like,
aren't
you're
stupid. They were like, we're just going to throw 3-yard passes to our running back because they don't even cover him, so he gets like 7 every time. That's all they did on first down. It was like, oh, you're not going to cover him? It'd be 2nd and 3 every time. Like, guys, just move. The linebackers, move up. That's what they're doing. Zach Orr, you gotta play man. Our team plays better man right now. Zone, we're terrible. We leave the middle of the field open and they throw like the ball over the linebackers and it's like 40. Remember the first touchdown to Chase? It was a crosser, and the fucking they all like were in the wrong spot. And then the effort after that, guys. I know he's fast. Believe me. Like, we were just talking about how great Jamar Chase is. But at least try to catch him. God, they were just like, well, we can't catch him. And he's just running by. I was like, my God. And the zones, okay? Let me tell you something. Everyone saw it on the one play. There should never be a play. I don't care if it's zone or what. When Roquan Smith is covering a number 1 receiver, that is crazy. That will never work. That will not work. Did you see him? He did. By the way, like Preston Smith, former Packer, he did a really good job for a 250-pound linebacker trying to cover Jamar Chase. Problem is, that's not going to work. He tried. It's like, oh no.
Dude, it's a sad end of the era, man. It's a sad end of the era, bro. It's so sad that Preston Smith, cornerback 1, baby.
Right.
Dude, he was a really good. You know what? My friend and I were talking about, like, Preston Smith was actually like a really good. Like, he was always out there. He always played. He was just super consistent. Like, actually, that was a really good signing by Brian Gutekunst. Like, he was. Dude. Like, at first I was like, oh, okay, maybe they overpaid him, but like, dude, he like, the thing is, he actually, like, what's wild is I think for like the first like 3 years in Green Bay, he had like a pick every year.
Wow.
He was really good at like batting the ball down and getting a pick.
Dude, how about Pittsburgh? The 2 guys they added, really good ads, man. Receiver and Preston Smith, Williams and him. Hey, I like it. It's gonna be a good game. Pittsburgh's tough now. Hey.
Well, dude, Russell is actually playing old Russell Wilson like football, man. Like,
well, yeah, they're letting him sling that deep ball, man.
Like, Pickens can go get a deep ball. Yeah. Well, that's a. I forgot what I was telling him, but I mean, we talked about it. Like, everyone was complaining, well, Justin Fields, why is he not? Why did he get benched? Mm-hmm. This is why. Russell Wilson can stretch the field. Justin Fields is an athlete. In college, it works, right? Because there's just not as good of talent out there down to down. In the NFL, you can't run around. Like, no. It just doesn't work. Mm-hmm. Hate to tell you, it doesn't work. No. So, you know, you have to be able, and like, you know, it's not even just like that. A lot of it is really like, hey, you know, Justin Fields is just inaccurate throwing the ball down the field.
Yeah, no, true.
You know, that's where, like, Russell Wilson has always had one of the best deep balls in the NFL.
Well, he puts it so high, too. It's really good. He's really good. Puts it real high, so it's hard for the DB to find the ball. It's really hard.
Yeah, you know, you think, like, the best deep ball throwers of, like, you know, the past 10 years, you know, Joe Flacco, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, you know, Russell Wilson, right? Mm-hmm. Like, Tom Brady was always just good at the timing. I don't know if he always had that arc, but dude.
Oh, like, no, Joe.
You know, Rodgers, you think of that Hail Mary.
Oh, Joe.
What did Rodgers always do on the Hail Marys? He got those things to just,
Tom.
They just drop out of the sky.
Joe, man. Joe with that freaking, that thing hit the heavens before it went in your hands. That thing was up there for a minute. The hang time was crazy.
The Jacoby Jones Denver divisional game, like, that's like the prime example. But like, people forget, man, they had Torrey Smith for like 5 years, and he would just dump. Like, he was just incredible, like, acting. Dude, but the crazy thing is Joe missed it.
I was gonna say, I want to know the stats for how many missed touchdowns they had, because I guarantee you it's like 20. Because he was always missing him deep. Like, touchdown! That man knew how to get open deep. He was always behind everyone. Like, bye. I love Torrey, man. He was good.
Super underrated career, man.
Really, no. Because then he went to the Eagles and was clutch. He was making catches for Nick Foles in the Super Bowl. Like, guy was good, man. Really was. I mean, shoot.
Yeah.
I miss him. He was good.
Yeah.
Raven for life, baby. Torrey, legend. Maryland, too, which is crazy.
Heck yeah.
But no,
right.
Synopsis. Ravens, you have players. I don't know what's going on, but your scheme's just really bad. It is. It's really bad. No one's aggressive. It's players and scheme. It's just a whole mess. They're a mess right now, man. They got to get that fixed. Cause here's your problem. You guys don't, the way your offense is playing. If you were 15th in the league, you would be a really good team, like hard to beat. They're not asking you to be last year's defense. They just need you to be okay. Just be okay. Okay? Give up like 20 a game, you're fine. 24. Not 35, okay? That's not working. You guys got to lower the score, okay? Get it to like 23, 24 a game, they'll be fine. You can win almost every game. You have a shot. This stuff, no. You can't give up 35 a game. Lamar's going to die. You got to give that man some help. He's going to have to score every time. They're going to be like, Lamar, you have to score every time. If you don't, we're going to lose this game. No, you're going to get a team.
You're right.
You're going to get a team that can run the ball, and they're going to keep it out of his hands, and he's going to get like 6 possessions, and it isn't going to matter. And they're going to lose like 38-24.
Well, that's where I'll be curious if like Todd Monken involves like offensively what you're going to have to do. You're really going to have to. They're going to have to pound the rock in the playoffs and just play keep away.
Well, that's why I'm wondering: Are they doing like with Henry? Are they trying to like dial it back a little bit so they have him for the playoffs to just be like 30, 30, 30, 30? You know, just start pounding the crap out of the ball. Like, hey, we're not doing that.
Well, they got Mitchell back, right? Like I don't know if he actually did he play Thursday. Like
he did, but they're doing that thing where they're like, we're not giving you like a lot of carries. They gave him 1 because they're like, we're not like, we don't know how he's feeling on that knee yet. They're not going full bore yet. They're like, no, wait. They're like, we're not.
But like that's the thing, right? So now you got this change of pace guy that's got fresh legs, right? You just got to kind of get him in a rhythm. Yep. It's kind of like the 49ers, right? Like they got McCaffrey back, but think like Mason's really good. The guy that's really underrated is Isaac Guerendo because he was really good at Wisconsin, and then he booked it for Louisville. Like, I mean, again, like, what's his face? Like, I mean, I will give Paul Chryst this, like, when he was at Wisconsin. That guy, like, we always had good running backs there. I don't know, like, I don't know what they're doing now. Like, they got okay running backs, but they just don't have that ground and pound run game anymore.
No. They used to have that.
Dude, if Wisconsin ran the ball in the Big Ten right now and just played ball control, I feel like they would have,
their defense is always really good. Like, always really, really good. Jim Leonard. Everyone remember when Jim Leonard played there and was like, that defense was like legendary. It was great. But yeah, overall,
their defense this year isn't that bad. And like, yeah. Anyway, sorry, we're not talking about Wisconsin football, but
overall though, I was just want to get through this game so we can talk about the rest of the league. I think the Ravens will be okay. They have time to improve their defense, but if this doesn't get like a little bit better, they're gonna have to score like. Now the thing I will give them, Tom, we're realistic here. If Buffalo's one of the places you got to go to, that might help your fucking team. Because if it's 40-mile-an-hour winds and snowing, that'd be nice for your defense. Okay? I'm just going to say. We don't want nice weather. If you had to go to Miami, hell no. You can give up like 50 points. It's fine. Because you can stop the run. If you could somehow get a bad weather game, that'd be good for them. Because it'd be like, hey, we can't throw. No one can throw. Because that definitely helps your team. Okay? That's it. But overall, they have time to improve. Because I don't think they have players. They just have to get the scheme together. It's a freaking mess.
I mean, they have players, but I'll be honest with you. Like, I mean, this is even the same for the Packers, right? You're going to find out, I think, in the next couple weeks, are the Packers who they are this year in terms of, like, hey, they're, on offense, they're not finishing games and, because, like, the Packers play the Bears this week, right? Which I think, don't underestimate Chicago, right? Like, Chicago is probably tired of getting their butts whipped by Green Bay.
Yep.
So it's going to be a tough game. It always is a tough game. Their defense is pretty solid. I still think their whole coaching staff is a joke, and I think that defensively the Packers can really get after Caleb Williams.
Well,
I'm more worried about the offense. Like, hey, don't make mistakes, you'll win that game. Seriously. If you don't make mistakes, you can beat Chicago probably by two scores, like 10 points.
My
Plus,
thing,
right?
my
I
thing,
really do
my
believe
thing
that.
is too. The Ravens are this year. It's going to be
But
about. It's going to be about the playoffs. Okay, so you guys, all this crap. The Ravens. I'm saying you can win all these regular season games you want. Hell, they could go on a run right now and win the rest of them. It don't matter. You gotta do it in the playoffs. So guys, get your shit together. No one cares.
well, I mean that's every team, right? But like, you got to use the regular season to like at least build and like understand what you're
Oh
doing.
no,
Like
true,
this
true.
is like
But
this.
but
Think about this though. This is like look at like this is where I'm saying like you'll find out like I think like in November this is when you find out about teams. So like let's like just like look at the Packers real quick, right? Here we go, November. Okay, so they got to play Chicago at Chicago, never easy. San Francisco, right? This that is not a December game. They play Miami, so again, Miami got healthy
true.
on Thanksgiving night.
Okay.
I think, like, I don't think they're that good. I really don't. But don't underestimate. Like, again, like no team in the NFL you can just go, oh, it's a win, right?
No, I agree.
So
I
they
agree.
got to play Miami. That's not an easy game. Then you got to play at Detroit on a Thursday night. You're at Seattle on a Monday night. I think New Orleans is all right. But then you're at Minnesota, right? So right now Green Bay is what? They're 0-2 in the division. Like, they can't afford any more, like, divisional losses, right? So, like I said, you're going to find out real quick in the next few weeks, hey, did Green Bay use this bye week? And, like, it's the same for the Ravens, too, right? Like, the Ravens, did they have their bye week yet?
No, they have it the 7th, December 7th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, that's a time when you can get right. You know, whether it's
No, I agree.
whatever, right? So what I would say is like,
Well, they got lucky. They played some division games. If they like, say they win the Pittsburgh game, which is gonna be tough because they gave Pittsburgh the home game, so it's gonna be really hard. But if you win that game, it's gonna be a good game. They're always close. Someone wins at the end. That's how those games work. The Pittsburgh Baltimore one. Remember when they beat them with Ryan Mallett and they almost beat us with Duck Hodges? Like, dude, it's never easy. It's because it's real physical. But point is, the Ravens, like, I get what you're right. They have a late bye week. They can get stuff together. It's fine. We're going to see. Like you said, this is where you shape your team. It truly is. This is around that time. Definitely is. I think they got through the harder teams early because they really got killed at the beginning of the year. The Ravens, like with the Chiefs and the Bills, and that schedule was crazy for a while. But now you get kind of like got the Eagles. They're going to be tough, but they're usually good against NFC teams. So I'm like the NFC. I'm kind of like they usually play them well. It's the AFC teams. I'm like, you have your games. Like Cleveland actually scares me more than anybody because for some reason Cleveland knows how to play them really well. Like you said, they play them a lot. They understand how they work. They give them trouble, man.
Well, Cleveland doesn't do anything cute. They play physical,
Yep.
right? Like Cleveland is not like I think like that's at the end of the day. Like when you play the Ravens, again in the NFL, there's some intimidation factor, right? And it's not necessarily like, oh, they're afraid to get hit. A lot of times it's like, oh man, I'm afraid to get burnt deep. Dude, Cleveland doesn't care. They're like, we believe our defensive players can play, right, with you guys, and so they just play fast and they're really physical. And the Ravens on offense, like, you know, like, yeah, you know, like Derrick Henry, like, look, man, like for how big he is, he's actually not hard to get down. You just gotta wrap him up in the legs, and he doesn't really have like. You know, they always show all these, like, big, like, highlights where he's trucking or stiff-arming people, but I'm like, you've never like, I've seen plenty where, like, a DB, a safety just comes up and hits him in the ankles and he falls over like a tree.
Oh, no, he's
like,
more of a, he's not like Adrian Peterson where it's, like, really violent. Like, he is just freaking, Adrian Peterson used to just, like, lower his head and be rolling people. That was a guy, like, he was. That's why, like, I like Derrick Henry.
You also can't do that anymore because that's a fine and potentially a helmet to helmet, even though
no. The NFL ain't getting away with this. If you ever find a running back for that, y'all ought to be shot. They sit there and they don't throw any flags on these defenders when they headbutt the running back. They don't care about the running back. Everyone else, they would care about Lamar either. I ain't gonna get into that. That happened 3 times this year.
Crazy? They rescinded the fine. So in the Jacksonville game, they fined Josh Jacobs for helmet to helmet
What?
because they deemed he lowered the crown. Yeah, but they rescinded it because Josh Jacobs, like the players' union, they like when you watch it, he lowers his hips. He didn't lower his crown.
Well, dude,
He got underneath the guy because they can't tackle.
Dude.
Like, dude, it was against like Darnell Savage or something, who's a bum anyways.
Former
It's
Packer.
like, yeah, that guy's always tackled. That's why he sucks. There's a reason why Jacksonville paid Darnell Savage all that money because he's trash.
Oh, dude, I will never defend that because, like, I'm talking about like the league trying to do that to running backs. They had a play this year, and the stupid announcers. I don't even know who it was. It might have been Aikman and what's his name, Joe Buck. Lamar was. They're like he's a running back now. I'm like the dude headbutted him. That's a penalty when you're running. That doesn't matter. Oh, so and then I'm like, oh, so he's a running back. Okay, never mind. I got it. Running backs, it don't matter. Your defender can just put their head into right into their face and it's fine. But if it was a receiver, it'd be a penalty. I was like, what are they talking about? You can't headbutt anyone. Whatever. I still don't get that. NFL, you're worried about injuries, but the running back can. You wonder why the running back's like devalued because it's like you don't do nothing when they get hit in the head. It's like, whatever. I'm gonna screw him. He's a running back. But like Tom's saying, how you gonna find a running back for lowering his head? Even if Josh Jacobs did that, they try to hit him in the head all the time. He can't put his head down. And be like, nah, screw you, bro. I'm gonna break your neck. Like, come on, man.
Well, I mean, the good news is it was rescinded. Like, it don't matter. It's really entertaining that. Their NFL's worried about that, yet they're not worried about these awful referees. And
yes. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh. I don't really like. Honestly, it sucks because like I mean this is the way I've always viewed it when I played, even in college. Trust me, there are games you get awful refs, right? Jesus, man, this guy's insane right now. What he's trying to do. I'll say this though, like dude, you can't. They're not gonna let you in, bro. I don't know what to tell you. The truck does not want you to come in front of him. Put your blinker on and find another spot.
Tom's driving.
You're retarded. Yeah, sorry guys. I'm driving in Atlanta traffic, and these people are idiots, and they think they can just do. I'll tell you this: down south, people just make up their own rules when they drive. It's very different. When the Northeast, I know in Maryland, they're very. The cops will get you. That's the one thing they can still actually police. So in the South, they don't care. So everybody just makes up their own rules when they drive. What I'll say, but yeah, I don't want to get in the refs thing, but like I said, what happened in college is a lot of times you just realize there's games sometimes like, hey, you got to control what you can control. If the refs don't necessarily lose you the game, right? Like, yeah, if they're throwing a lot of flags and stuff, a lot of times they're actually probably valid, and, you know, hey, it's their perception sometimes, you know. Or even, like, the no-flag calls. Like, dude, it's football, man. It's so hard to, like, I mean, especially now, there's just way too many rules. And, like, the NFL is ridiculous. Like, even that two-point play, they're like, look at all these flags. I was like, but they could have called holding on the Bengals on their offensive line.
Yeah, the reason his face mask got grabbed.
Like, why do we want to go into the what if?
Well, no, this is what I don't like. The reason he hit his face mask is because he got dragged down by the lineman. That is a penalty. Like, so what came first, bro? Like, what are we talking? No, that Kazicki flopped. Y'all can stop. He flopped, bro. Get out of here. No.
Oh, yeah, that was a bad, you know, the pressure got there real quick. And then, like, the real thing I don't understand is, like, he didn't get there real quick. Like, Joe made, like, 2 reads. What I don't understand is why didn't, like, throw it to Chase, yes. Like, of all the guys, like, clearly the Ravens can't cover him.
Well, not that. They're calling a flag on that. So why not? Either way, you're going to get the ball to one with a first down, or I bet to do it again, or you're going to make it. I mean,
but still, in my opinion, I still think you still kick the field goal. Like, I'm sorry, just kick the PAT. Be done. Like, go into overtime.
By the way,
if you can try to extend the game.
By the way, I called it. Anyways, who wasn't doing the onside kick recovery anymore? Yeah, see, I told you, just move your tight ends there. I tried to tell y'all that you got a 5'9" guy trying to get to catch the ball on the thing. I love Zay.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the best hands. His hands are good. They're not like Likely was hurt or they would have put him back. I'm telling you, put Likely back there. They will never get another one. The dude has grips. He will just grab that ball and be like, here, Go away. Instead, you put the tiny guy there. I'm like, why would you put a short guy on the no? And Zay's amazing. I love Zay. Tom remembers. I feel confident. I said how good he was going to be, and they're using him right. I'm just like, why would that be the guy? You'd be like, tiny, hands are pretty good. Put him there. He's fine. You know. I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
John
But, like,
Harbaugh.
this week, though, I mean,
Okay, let's go
I
around the
gotta say,
league.
though, this week, I mean, there was a lot of interesting, like, I mean,
Let's go around the
I'm
league.
surprised, like, the Jets thing was really funny.
Oh yeah,
I
I'm right there on that
that
game.
That whole situation. Well, I guess yesterday, like, Aaron Rodgers kind of finally, like, is admitting, like, dude, they're just not playing well, and it has nothing to do with the coaches.
Okay.
And, like, dude, this is where I'll tell you how much he's lost it and, like, declined as a player. That throw in the end zone to Devontae.
Yep.
2 years ago, he has enough zip on that ball that goes right through. Like, the defender can't even tip it.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that.
Like, that defender caught that up to that thing so quick, dude. Unfortunately, what the Jets put all their, number one, Packer fans, stop, like, criticizing the organization for the way they handle aging veterans. They know what they're doing. They're smart. Yeah, sometimes you get burned. Maybe you let them go a year early, but it's better than letting them 2 years too late. Like, think if right now Green Bay had Rodgers and they have no idea how to a contingency plan. Right? Dude, the Jets, man.
They're a mess. They're a mess. They can't pay anyone. They got all these old guys getting paid a lot of money. That is not good. Not good. Yeah,
no, it's bad, brother. Like, I mean, and what sucks too is, like, like someone put it, like, and they're right. Like, this is kind of like, it was kind of the same with Favre. Like, people forget, and eventually, like, you'll remember all the good times, right? But, like, I remember one of the lasting images I had of Brett Favre on the field was he was playing a Monday night game in Minnesota, or it was in, like, when Minnesota was redoing their field. They're playing at the University of Minnesota. Or no, that's when the dome collapsed on them. Sorry, so they had to play at the University of Minnesota the rest of the year. He played the Bears, and, dude, he just got beat up, and he was, like, knocked out.
Oh, I remember
like,
that game, too. Yeah. Oh, man.
And you were just like, dude, this guy's just done. And you're just like, that's, like, the lasting image of, like, a guy, like, as a player, like, I idolize, like, Favre. Like, he's one of my favorite players of all time because he's just scrappy.
Mm-hmm.
Not the greatest human of all time, but, man, he's a good football player.
Yeah. Much the case with many.
It's the same, but, like, it's the same with Rodgers, though. Like, one of the lasting images I had of him in Green Bay is, hey, that last game in Detroit, like, it was him and Randall Cobb walking off the field together. And you're like, it was just like, that would have been a really cool way to end it. Just like, hey, we had a lot of success. We get to retire a Packer instead. And he played this game, and now you just see this grumpy old man on the sidelines in New York.
Yep.
Where you see him just failing.
I want to give the Cardinals credit, too. They really have been a surprise, and Kyler Murray's playing really well. I like the way their offense runs. It's really good. McBride's a really good tight end, too. That's a guy. He makes plays, man. Pretty good team. And Marvin Harrison Jr. I'm old. Marvin Harrison Jr. is in the league. Tom, how about that Lions-Texans game? That was wild.
Dude, well, number one, like, people have kind of figured out the Lions. I'm telling you right now, like, I don't understand, like, Jared Goff, like, he's a rhythm dude, right? Like, in all seriousness.
Well, no, that's what I was saying. All this MVP stuff, I'm like, he's good, but I'm like, can we stop? Oh, just saying.
He's not the MVP, number one.
No.
And even Green Bay, like, guys, what happened against the Packers pretty much, like, the Packers shot themselves in the foot.
Yeah.
Like, Detroit really didn't do anything special. And if Green Bay didn't shoot themselves in the foot so many darn times and they forced Jared Goff to, like, beat them, I honestly think they have a very good chance of winning that game. I really do.
No, I agree.
Because then what Detroit in the second half, it was like, that pick six it messed everything up. It just allowed them to, like, all right, we can just lean on this run game.
Yep.
Which they did.
True. Quiet.
And, that, yeah. But no, like, the Cardinals are, like, quietly, like, a good team.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, San Francisco's starting to resurge, too. That was number one, dude, Baker Mayfield, man, dude, I love that guy's resurgence.
Man. Did you see the play with Nick Bosa? That was awesome. I was like, bro. Baker,
Mr.
baby.
Mega.
Shake it, Baker.
Dude, Nick Bosa wearing that MAGA hat was hilarious. It's just like, I'm not getting into
Well,
politics.
here's
It's
my
really
thing with Nick
funny.
Bosa.
He shows up
Here's
with
my
his
thing.
MAGA hat, and
Here's
like,
my thing with Nick Bosa on that. Everybody knew who you were for, bro. Stop. That was not a surprise to anyone. I'm like, okay. Do you remember the jokes before
no.
that ever happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, come on, bro. Like,
Oh, yeah, no.
I remember the Lamar jokes. I never laughed so hard. I was like, Jesus Christ. I was like, I mean, it's true, but I'm like, damn. I'm like, and then you're like, okay, yeah, well, we knew that, bro. Like, we knew that. Come on, Nick. Come on, Nick, bro. Come on. You have that
Yeah,
aura.
but no, like Baker, dude, Baker, like, he's fun. Like, Baker,
He
like,
is,
I love,
bro.
like, the resurgence. I really do.
Dude,
And
he is top.
like,
He is top
like,
8. Dude, he is top 8 right now. He is rolling. Maybe top 5. He is rolling.
well, dude, like, well, and he's doing it without Godwin and Evans. Like, he's doing it with, like, who knows their tight end, Mr. Otten.
Tom, I'm gonna say it too. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I know the Chargers are 6-3, but dude, they still look like the same team to me. I'm not afraid of them. They're just like they're okay. I feel like they just play good against bad teams, and then they're kind of
Honestly, they don't even play really good. Like, how are you, like, in a game with, like,
Tennessee.
Titans?
Yeah, I'm
like,
like,
that team is trash. They're not good, but I mean, well, no, I think the problem is, like, dude, they're in a really bad cap situation, and they had to make, like, they lost all their wide receivers. You think they lost Mike Williams and Keenan Allen? Like, Herbert, dude, Johnson's like okay, but they have no one to throw to. They really don't.
well,
I think they're trying to protect Herbert. Like, dude, the guy last year was throwing like 50 times a game.
yeah, no, they're doing the right thing. They're doing the right thing.
Their defense is a lot better.
Yes,
like,
I agree.
Harbaugh's gotten there. Like, that was the problem. Is like, dude, you gave up 63 to the, you gave up 63 to the Raiders. It was like Aiden O'Connell or something. I mean, it was just a joke.
Yeah,
and you're like,
Aiden.
Like that's, it's not like, like the culture's changed. I just think it takes a while to like truly
we went over
to. It's gonna take him 3 years to really flip that roster to like what he wants to do.
Like, I think that I want to go over the Eagles quick. The Eagles and the Cowboys, but they played the Cowboys, so the Eagles should win that game. But they are playing well. Saquon Barkley, really good ad, perfect for that offense. Jalen Hurts playing accurate football, throwing the ball to his 2 receivers. Devontae Smith is.
I'll tell you that
their defense is a big step up. They really have playing a lot better.
Honestly, Jalen Hurts number 2. He can throw it up to AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, but like, he's a good athlete of a quarterback, but I think the Eagles can be beat.
No, I agree. I
agree. I like what Kellen Moore has done with like Barkley. And
I agree. No, I agree.
Honestly, like the thing I don't in that game, like you saw, like I think with Hurts, he just turns the ball over too much, like fumbles, whatever. Like in that game, he did it too, and like their offensive line, like it's like, dude, how are you giving up sacks to Dallas right now?
Yeah.
Like, they got nobody. They got Micah Parsons off of like IR. Like, chill out. Like, that team's bad. You want to talk about a bad situation?
That's a mess. Yes. Oh my God, you got nothing there. But then I want to get into the Chiefs. This is what me and Tom were talking about. This is a divisional game. It's close. It's tough. That's what happened. And Sean Payton, my God, you are like the coach with the details. How you did not address the thing that had, because someone showed it every week on them kicks. Right, kudos to Andy Reid and his staff, by the way. Okay. Every week, that guard got destroyed on the kicks. So what they did, they said, we're going to overload his side. Block the crap. Dude, you know how bad it was? When I was watching it, I knew they were going to block it because that dude came right through the middle. I was like, oh my God, they're about to block this kick.
Yeah.
Good game plan. Bo Nix made some tough throws because that defense is tough. And at the end, he did make some throws. I give him that. Courtland Sutton, by the way, I don't know when his contract's up in Denver or if he's staying there for a while. But if it is, that's another guy. He a dog, man. You got to get him. He was giving McDuffie the business at the end, making him plays. And he's a great corner. I'm like, damn. I'm like, all right. All right. I love Courtland Sutton. That dude a dog. I'm like, yo. James Conner, too, by the way, for Arizona.
He's a really good receiver. I mean, that was one, like, I think the Packers, they had an opportunity to take him in like the second round. They didn't do it, and that was one I always regretted because he's just like, he's a big dude. and like he has really good hands, and I think I don't know. I was just a guy. I wish, but like there was rumors that they were trying to trade for him too, and it just never came. Like now it's too late. It was like a couple years ago. It would have been really nice to grab
Okay,
him.
the Colts situation. I know we're.
Like I said, I think Green Bay has a receiver problem. I really, really do.
We're trying to.
It's kind of wild how I've all of a sudden after this year I've flipped about I truly think Green Bay has one of the most talented wide receiver rooms, but talent doesn't always equate to results. So I just want to make that super clear.
Yeah, and I would get over the Colts and the Bills. I'm like, the Colts, you guys weren't going to win either one of these games. It was two tough teams. You got backup quarterback playing. It's, I mean.
I think unfortunately for Anthony Richardson, what's going to suck is they're going to fire what's his face.
Yep.
And then because it's clearly not working.
No, I agree.
And he's gonna have to start from scratch again. I mean, I just don't think Richardson's the dude. I think again he was way overhyped because of just athleticism, and there's this potential that my goodness he's Cam, but he never performed like Cam in college. So like, how are you? I'm sorry. There's just like at time, the NFL. You got to be able to at least train. Like some of that stuff you have to actually do in college.
No, I agree.
Just, like,
I agree. Yeah.
He never did it. He looked like Tarzan. He played like Gene. He does in the NFL. Like, sorry, man. Like, dude, you literally like tapped out of a game. An NFL game, you tapped out.
We went over the Steelers. We know the Commanders. I think are going to be fine. Baptiste. I think that's his last name. Whatever the corner that's been terrible for them. 25 has not played well all year. Yeah, you're getting Lattimore, and he gets a lot of crap. That kid we just talked about, because I think he would be a really good third corner or fourth corner. Like he isn't bad, but now you put Lattimore in there. I think it'll help them. They're still really good. Okay, I think they're a very good team.
I don't know, man. There's times that Lattimore looks old.
That's true, but he's better than him. He's better than him though. I'm like they just need consistency, not great. They just need them. They need someone. That kid sometimes.
Honestly, if you put a trash can 10 yards downfield, it might be better than CG.
I'm not talking about the Germany game, because what was that? Like, I don't know.
No. So here's my thing, dude. If I'm Brian Daboll, for the love of God, please start Drew Lock.
Yes, bench.
Just let me just humor me and prove to me that he's worse than
Daniel Jones. Yes.
Because I can't believe he actually did.
No, I'm happy for. I want to make it sure.
With this experiment.
I'm happy for Bryce Young. He's getting wins and they're playing better. Chuba Hubbard's actually really good. I didn't want to talk about it because, like you said, the Giants are just like, hey, our team's pretty good except for our quarterback, but we're not even going to make a change to try to win. That's the problem. Your defense is really good. Your skill positions. You found a running back that's going to be really good for at least 5 years. The guy's good. He can do both catch and run. He fits the NFL now perfectly. So that's it. The last thing, I think we covered everything. All right, Tom. I think that's good. All right, bro.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe for more content. And as always, say it, Tom. Say it.
Anchor down.